Hello singers! I am here with another episode of my hints, tips, tricks, and how-tos for aspiring singers. And today I'm going to be sharing one of the most important tools you can have in your tool belt, and that is your website. So I'm going to show you how to go from this to this without breaking the bank. So a little disclaimer before I start this video. If you do have the budget to build your own website, stop watching right now and go pay a professional to do it for you. I was given some great advice once about sticking to your brilliance work. There are things that someone can be okay at, can be good at, can even be great at, excellent at, but there's typically only one or so things that each person is brilliant at, and that's what is called their brilliance work. So the more you can operate life doing your brilliance work, then the farther ahead you'll be. So getting sidetracked by building a website and being your marketing team and your manager and your label head and doing all these things yourself, yes, we have to do that when we're starting out, but as soon as you have the budget to pass off any of those things and delegate to professionals who that is their brilliance work, then I highly recommend that. But I understand that everyone has to start somewhere, as did I, so I'm going to share with you how to start building your website on your own without knowing any code for practically nothing. So let's get started. First and foremost, you are going to need a domain name, and I would think heavily about what domain name you're gonna get. I started with audreymusic.com. I had initially thought that I wasn't going to use my last name as an artist. I was just going to go as Audrey. I thought it was unique enough. I had never heard of any other Audreys out there in the music scene, so I just went with it without really researching, which was a bad idea, because the moment I released my first single and it hit iTunes, it was a nightmare for my friends, fans, and family to find my single because there were a ton of other Audreys on iTunes. Just Audrey, first name. So you would think that you could just, okay, hit up iTunes and say, can you add my last name, please make it easier? That is not the case. My song went out everywhere, to iTunes, Spotify, Pandora, all of those digital retailers with just my first name, and all of them go based off of the iTunes store, and iTunes will not just change your name. You have to delete your song and re-upload it with the right name, and then that means you lose all of your reviews, your little popularity bar just disappears, you lose all that stuff, which sucks. So think about your name long and hard, do some research, go on iTunes, see if there's anyone else using your name, to see if it'll be difficult for people to find you. Type in your name, on Google and see who else is coming up as that. Check out the different handles on Instagram and Twitter and all those things, and just try to make it as succinct as possible. You want to have the same name appearing across all your channels. So once you have your domain name in mind, again, mine was audreymusic.com, yours could be yourname.com or yournameandmusic.com, whatever you want. So as soon as you have that, you'll need to purchase it, and I'll go over that in the next step because you're going to be purchasing your domain name and your website hosting at the same time. So your domain name is just what people type in to find you, audreymusic.com. But if you want something to appear there, like a website, then you need to have hosting. And you can find hosting for super cheap through HostGator. They're very easy to use, user-friendly, they have a live chat, they can walk you through a lot of the stuff if you get confused about any of this process. So you have your domain name, you're gonna go get your hosting. Your hosting, I'll put the link below. Just click on that link and it'll take you to the plan that I recommend that you start out with. It's called the Hatchling, I believe, and it's their bare bottoms plan. It's all you'll need. It comes with emails too, so you can have your name at yourwebsite.com, which is pretty awesome. So once you're ready to do that, click on the link below. It'll take you to the page to buy your hosting through HostGator, and it will ask you what domain name you want, what emails you want. It'll lead you through the whole process. It's super easy and intuitive, and it just takes you on a step-by-step process. And if you get confused at any point, there's live chat in the upper right corner of the website, I believe, and you can also call them and they'll make it happen. So you have your domain name, you've just clicked the link below and purchased your hosting, you're ready to go. So HostGator will send you a welcome email, and in that welcome email will be your login information for your cPanel. So you'll head to your cPanel, which is your domainname.com/cPanel. Then you'll log in with the username and password that HostGator has sent to you. And once you're inside, you are going to go to, I don't have the screen in front of me right now, but I'll pop it up here and put the actual steps below. But you're going to go to an area where it says quick installs, and you're going to install WordPress. And what WordPress is a content management system, which basically it means that you'll be able to manage all of your content without knowing any code. It's a framework that is absolutely free and open source, and you can install it with the click of a button, and it gives you the bare bones platform. And so when you first have this platform installed, it's pretty plain looking, not very exciting. So what you're going to want to do at this point is get a theme. I would recommend starting at ThemeForest, and I will link a link to that below as well. And once you get there, make sure that you look for WordPress and WooCommerce themes. So not just WordPress, not just WooCommerce, them together. WordPress, WooCommerce themes. You want WooCommerce because that's how you are going to sell stuff on your website, be it books, music, merchandise, all that stuff, which I'll show you how to do in a later video with no upfront costs. Pretty chill. So WordPress, WooCommerce, search for your theme, and then when you're looking for your theme, check out the last update section for the theme, because if the author hasn't updated the theme in a long time, chances are it's going to be broken, it's not going to work, and it's just a very bad idea. So check out that area, make sure the author has updated it recently, and also I would recommend going to the comment section of the theme and see how often the author replies to users. If the author is inactive, then that means you're not going to get any help with that theme, and that would suck as a new user. So you want to make sure they're very active. A lot of the themes, well, all of them come with extensive documentation on how to set it up and what to do, but when you're brand new at this, you're probably going to have questions, so it's always good to know that that author will be there for you. So comment section, make sure author is active, go to the last update area of that theme to make sure it's been updated recently, because WordPress does update itself a couple times a month or more, and so the authors have to update their themes to make sure you're compatible, nothing breaks, there's no malware, all that stuff. So there's a whole world of things that you'll learn as you move along on this journey, but I'll just leave it at that for now. Just check those areas and make sure you're good. And then once you have your theme downloaded, then you just go over to WordPress and you go to the themes area and you upload your shiny new theme and you hit activate, and voila, you have a broken looking theme, chances are. So what you'll need to do is almost all of the themes, I haven't used them in a while, so I'm not 100%, but I'm almost positive every single one of them comes with dummy content. So how that works is you can import all the content you see on the demo site, and then when you hit activate, your site will actually work and it'll look exactly like the demo. And then at that point you can just go in and start deleting pages you don't need, like, I don't know, services, whatever, and then leave the pages you do want and just switch out the content, and it makes things really easy. So if they don't have dummy content, then you'll just need to create your page's content yourself. Again, there's so many tutorials online. To just type in YouTube or Google WordPress, how to create pages, WordPress, how to create a blog post. That's another cool thing. WordPress is a blogging platform, so you'll have the ability to blog to your heart's content, which is great for your fans and for Google to put you up in the rankings, which is another subject. But yeah, there's lots of tutorials on how to create pages and do all that stuff. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below and I'll do my best to help and answer them. But yeah, once you have all of that up and running, then you'll have your website, and you can just start switching out your pictures and content and customizing it as much as you want in the back end, getting yourself familiar. Every theme is different, so I can't really give any pointers on how to set your theme up because they are all different in the back end. So you'll need to rely on the theme author and the documentation that comes with it. And that's how you get your website up and running in 4 easy steps. Domain name and hosting from HostGator. WordPress download through your cPanel, which you can get that information from HostGator. They will automatically email it to you. And then get a theme from ThemeForest, install it, and you're set. Oh, I almost forgot to mention, there are free themes, but keep in mind, you get what you pay for. And the free themes, I've never had a good experience with them. So I would recommend just steering clear of that section in WordPress. You'll see when you go to the theme area to upload themes, there's all these free themes. Proceed with caution, but I recommend going to ThemeForest. Themes are like 60 bucks, 40 bucks even. You can find some pretty cheap ones, and as long as the author is good and active, then they'll last you a pretty long time. So that's it. Thanks for watching. I know this was a ton of information in a very short amount of time, so let me know below if you have any questions about anything, and then in my next video I'm going to be covering how you can set up your store on your website to sell all kinds of stuff, not just your music, but you can sell merchandise, and you don't have to buy a whole pile of t-shirts with your name on it in order to sell them. The way I'm going to show you how to do it is with no upfront costs, no upfront inventory. Your shirts get mailed and shipped only when someone orders them, and you don't even have to be involved in that part. It's pretty awesome, so watch out for that. That's about it. Thanks for watching, and I wish you much luck on getting your website up and running. I know you can do it because I did it. It's totally possible, and let me know once it's up and running. I'd love to see it. All right.